What is up, YouTube? My name is Michael, and today we're going to be looking at my new version of the Troop Dupe Scoop deck. This deck has gone through some hits, and I'm not going to lie, not quite as powerful, but it's fine. But anyway, let's get in. I still am a believer of 2 Garnets, even though I'm running 1 Brilliant, because when I tried playing it without it, every time I draw the Garnet and the Brilliant Fusion together, every time, because, you know, I have bad luck like that. Anyway, 2 Destiny Hero Malicious, extends link plays, good card. So I threw in the Time Thieves, because mainly because of this one, how it has a graveyard effect, but also because this card is just a good starter card in general. Like, you can just make a Bagooska, all else fails, or you can make, like, I don't know, just Time Thief stuff. Anyway, and this one searches and special summons itself from hand, so they have inherent ways to special summon, kind of, and they summon them, and this one also summons itself back. So yeah, it Time Thief engine, just because I thought it was neat. Anyway, 2 Trick Clowns still. Summons itself from the graveyard and can dump for Brilliant Fusion. Same with Damage Juggler. Damage Juggler is usually better to dump with Brilliant Fusion. Then we got the 1000 Blade for the Clown Blade combo. One of my favorite combos ever introduced into Yu-Gi-Oh! 2 Hat Trickers. Once again, it just kind of summons itself for more link fodder. We still got the Predaplant engine and the Lonefires to search the Brilliant Fusion, and it helps kind of extend plays. It basically allows you to go straight into Saryuja with 4. We still got the troops and the dupes, as we can see here, because it's the namesake of the deck. Have to have 3 of each. We got double Plaguespreader. Still, I cut it to 1. Then I hated it. I hated it at 1. So I decided to cut it. So I decided to put it back up to 2, and still Glow Bulb to make Nat Beast using Hat Tricker, 1000 Blade, and sometimes even Garnet. So yeah, so that, like I said, still the 3 machine dupes. Card destruction, because this version of the deck bricks a little bit more, and you don't care about having cards in your graveyard. So I threw in card destruction. Foolish, because there's a lot of cards that want to be in your graveyard, and it can kind of kickstart your engine. Monster Reborn, another card to just keep going, an extender. Called from the grave, just so you don't get like bamboozled by an Ash Blossom. I'm only playing 2. Maybe I should bump it up to 3. Got the Brilliant, of course. Rise to full height, which also works really well to do the whole Omega Rise to full height combo. It also works with the Time Thief too. So if you banish it and target the Time Thief, and then you use the Time Thief's effect to banish itself, they can't attack you, and then you get your Time Thief back, it's a pretty good combo. It's a little bit better with Omega, because Omega puts Rise to full height back, so you can do it every turn. We still got the Breakthrough skill. It comes in handy, and honestly, it's still been the reason I've won like a ton of games. The side deck is the cards that I tried out mainly. I haven't really worked out a real side deck. I tried this to do shenanigans with Machine Dupe, but the only other target was really Lonefire, which wasn't really worth it. Took out Underclock Taker, and I regretted it, so I might put it back in. I just haven't decided what I'm going to take out. I might take out the Link Karibo, because I need a generic Link too to keep some plays going. Radiant was taken out when a long time ago. This was taken out for Dweller, because I realized Nat Beast Dweller is better than like Curious and all that. I had this in here because it was 2 Garnet, and it was a good play extender, and it worked like in 2 games. That was it. This was supposed to be like a replacement for Snow, and it never worked out. I tried adding a third of this, it didn't work. This felt really cloggy, and same thing with this. Snow, without Snow, this card didn't do enough. Anyway, we'll go on to the extra deck. Seraphinite, extra normal summon, and for Brilliant Fusion's good. Omega takes a card out of their hand. You know what Omega does. Coral Dragon, because I still, a lot of times, it's still like on Brick's hands. Although this deck seems like when it bricks a lot harder than the old version. So maybe I cut this one out and just say if I brick, I brick. Nat Beast, because Nat Beast, some decks still just lose to Nat Beast, and that's all there is to it. I still run these. These two, they still save me and still get me out of a million problems. Time Thief, Redoer. Like I said, it has synergy with Rise to Full Height, and sometimes you can get an extra card off of it too if you banish a spell card from their deck, because there's a high chance that you're not going to do that from yours. Plus, you know, but yeah, this card I've actually been kind of impressed with, because it doesn't seem like it does much at first, but when I've played with it, it's always been fine. Baguska is Baguska. He's plan B, as Farfa would say. Castell is just more outs, and the one time, and he's still in here because every time I've ever tried playing without him, I've needed him. Dweller is because Dweller and Nat Beast, although not every deck loses to it, there are a lot of decks that just can't play with that. So yeah. Dante, sometimes you need to mill even more. Warlord Dragon helps out like untargetable and indestructible things. Boral Sword and just helps go for that OTK push. Saryuja, because drawing 4 is good, and usually this is what gets you to your troop dupe combo if you don't open up with it, because there's a high chance you'll open up with a machine dupe and or a card trooper, and usually it's just one of them, but Saryuja usually gets you to the other one, and even if it doesn't, that means you can put the piece that you have back on the bottom so you don't need it. And then Linkuriboh. Linkuriboh is one I've been considered taking out too. Been considering Linkuriboh and Coral Dragon for maybe Minerva and Underclock Taker, because Linkuriboh in the early version of this deck was great because I kept drawing Float Bulb, and it was just enough to like keep me alive until I got my plays going. But now looking at it, it doesn't do enough. So maybe we take out that later. But anyway, this was the deck. And as you can see, I'm still kind of working through the process of messing with it, trying to get it as best as it can. But it's like mid stages for those who are, kind of a fan of this deck. Anyway, that is all for today. If it is your birthday today, happy birthday, and I'm out.